I'm sorry guys, I just noticed that I had my mic off. No worries. So as I was saying, we were expecting this this push to the upside to a London high, and I'm curious to see what price wants to do as soon as we hit buy side liquidity and London highs. I would like to see. We have two things that can happen, or we can continue to the upside, respecting bullish PD arrays, or eventually we will form some measure of a inversion, and eventually we can anticipate that the inversion can eventually happen at 950, between 950 and 1010. So I will, as I was saying, I will wait. I will wait at least for the presentation of the first per valley gap, and then eventually evaluate what type of environment we are in. Well, to the downside, I can only see sell side liquidity as previous day low. We have a wick here as well, which is below Asia high, below Asia low. But since we already took Asia low here, right at 830, we might go for London high, and eventually keep digging higher until buy side liquidity is previous day high. But I'm just waiting for price to take some measure of liquidity. This is the most logical one, since price is near it, but we will see. This is a I can say that this right here might be a low probability day, since we are in the middle of the range from the previous day. If you measure the range, we are now at premium, so the entry for a long should be eventually somewhere near the inversion of the 15 minutes per valley gap. This was pre-market action, so I don't play with pre-market action anymore. This is one of my rules. I just play with price after 9:30. But yeah, still no first presented for valley gap here. I would like to see if NQ has some type of first presented for valley gap, but honestly the platform is kind of lagging here, and I can't see the entirety of the candles. But yeah, seems like we don't have it on NQ as well. Yeah, still waiting here. Nothing to do. We still have to be patient here. There we go. Buy side liquidity and London high just hit here. So when I started live around 928, 927, and was expecting a move like this to the upside. So the move is now complete, and I would like to see what happens next, if price keeps digging higher, or if eventually if we move to the downside. If we move to the downside, I'm expecting it to happen between 950 to 1010. But it can also be a macro continuation to the upside. So we still have to wait. On ES, we have the first presented for valley gap here. Yeah, we have 3 seconds before the kind of close, but yes, this is the first presented fair value gap. It is a bullish one. And now we will see what type of support does the first presented fair value gap gives us. Only 15 minutes. Only 15 minute time frame. Price is reaching for a bearish fair value gap, a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. It is also reaching a bearish order block here. So I can expect some measure of a resistance here. Price is now in deep premium, above 830, above midnight open, and above above 930, above midnight open, and above 830. We still have previous day high and eventually these highs right here, which I will mark since we just suppressed the London highs. So this is also buy side liquidity. It's not a major point like this previous day high, but it still is. We can eventually stretch the first presented fair value gap here because it is like a double one, like a double fair value gap. So price completely respecting the first presented fair value gap here and trying to reach quickly to this buy side liquidity as well. Yeah, 30 handle move since the opening here. Yeah, 25 handle move. Well, the candle size is gone way smaller, which is good because the volatility that was presented in the last week was kind of crazy, and honestly it is kind of hard to manage your risk since you can only take 2 or 3 micros at the maximum, and if you want to take partials, it's kind of hard because you will leave a big portion of your position to the mercy of the market, you know. So another test here on the first presented fair value gap. Price kind of stopped here. Let me just stretch this fib to see where price eventually is and where it can go. So this one is quite accurate as well. So this swing low here, we might project the swing low to event horizon eventually. But yeah, price is almost respecting it to the tick, as you can see here. So this one might be correct. So right now, buy side liquidity is taken here on ES as London high, but I still want to see if this first presented fair value gap will be respected or not, and I want to see it being respected after 950. If we come below between 950 and 1010, I might consider a reversal, taking out this type of liquidity here, which is being untouched. So everybody that opened a position at 830 is still winning. So this might be kind of suspicious. But so far price is holding, and eventually we will have another run here, since the midpoint of the first presented fair value gap is being respected. This shows some bullishness here. Whenever you have a PD array where the half bottom or the up bottom is being respected and untouched, you know, that shows bullishness or eventually bearishness. If we consider the bearish situation. So at this point, I will wait for the macro hour just to see if this wants to turn into some kind of continuation or eventually a retrace to the downside. For now, since we are respecting the fib projections, I would say that I'm more inclined to see a continuation to the upside. There is nothing bearish here. Those who like to use projections, as soon as price hits, imagine that you were longing and you just took your long somewhere, I don't know, maybe here or I don't know, and the price is running to the upside and you want to take some partials or you want to get out of your position. Well, the price between -2 standard deviation and -2.5 standard deviation are the best targets to take partials and eventually take about 80% of your size off, or eventually you can aim for -4, but I wouldn't do that with a full position on. At this point, if I was long, I would have taken some out already, or eventually wait for buy side liquidity to be touched to take out some profits. So this was a good run to the upside, honestly, since 8:30 until now. We have about 60 handles to the upside, and whenever price does these runs before 9:30, it's kind of suspicious for me. But since we already took Asia low right before 8:30, it is kind of acceptable, because we took major points of sell side liquidity already with us. So Asia lows, London lows, we still have some lows here and previous day low, but at this point I don't think we will eventually revisit it. But as I was saying, I would like to see how price will behave between 9:50 and 10:10. We are clearing buy side liquidity as well. So if you are not in a position already, it's kind of tricky, because price can eventually take out this buy side liquidity and decide that, okay, it's enough for now, and I will just retrace a bit, consolidate eventually, and then start another run to the upside. Or it is enough for now, and eventually we start to do some kind of retrace. That's why longing this is always kind of tricky. This is the type of environment where you know where price is going to move. Price was here when I said that I was expecting buy side liquidity and London high, but honestly, we were pre 9:30, which is in a no-no, opening a position pre 9:30, and then price just took London highs, and yeah, and is stuck in between here right now. So -2 standard deviation as well. This has some confluence with this buy side liquidity, which was taken already. And now we have buy side liquidity as previous day high left. So right now we are in a deep premium. If I measure it once again, you can see here from sell side to buy side. Yeah, price is right here. This is the midpoint. The price is in a deep premium here. That's why I'm not comfortable taking a long here right at premium after taking buy side liquidity as London highs. We'll see. We are inside the macro, so I will note the macro as well. So 9:50 to 10:10. This is usually the macro that I like to play. $9.52, 10:10. So let's see if price will cook some kind of retracement between the macro, or if it just pushes and give the price some more fuel and pushes it to the upside. As I was saying, and as I mentioned before, ES is still on a 15-minute fair value gap, a bearish one. So it kind of pierced the fair value gap to the upside, but was not able to break through it or to close above it. Same thing happening on NQ as well. So price is just starting to reach the 15-minute fair value gap. And on the hour, we don't have much to say. Yeah, on the hourly, we don't have much, honestly. We just have a displacement candle, a bullish candle. So as you can see, price kind of stopped here. It's taking a lot of time here. This run here was quite faster, and price stopped right at buy side liquidity, as you can see here, right at the -2 standard deviation. That's why I said that this yeah, these two are it's a region where you should take some partials if you are interacting with the market. But price can go and can reach -4 standard deviation in a glimpse if it wants. It's just a measure of management of your position. It's just to secure your profits and just to protect yourself for harsher retracements if you take some partials in between -2 and -2.5 standard deviation. So price now hit the 15-minute fair value gap, an order block as well. So we are inside of a order block as well on the 15-minute. And now I would like to see what price wants to do in these next couple of minutes, because we might be cooking some inversion. An inversion or eventually retrace to another move to the upside. Just let me do here one thing. I will just measure how many handles do we have here. About 7.5. Okay. Well, at this point, for a market structure shift, I would demand a close below this week here. Until now, we just have a change in state of delivery, but I would like to see a market structure shift here below this week's right here. So far, no market structure shift, so the bullish order flow is kind of maintained. It's surviving here. Let me just mark this order block here. This can be our bearish order block. We still have this one here, but yeah, this one could be our bearish order block. So let's see if price cannot go further than here and comes below it. I'm just watching which order block is price respecting. Maybe this one here. I would say this one, probably. No, not yet. But yeah, we are still consolidating here. So no market structure shift to the downside. We will probably give another shot to the upside here. The first presented fair value gap just held here. Yeah, there we go. Price is trying to disrespect the bearish order block here. It eventually will disrespect it and eventually do another run to the upside. So we'll just take this out, just so you guys don't try to interact with any trades here. But yeah, so far price is until from between 940 to 10.5. Price is not doing anything. It just took buy side liquidity here and is now trying to consolidate, probably trying to to generate more liquidity. So the macro is not doing anything, honestly, but it might create some liquidity as well. Well, meanwhile, we just have to wait because there's nothing to interact with. Price can still do this for, I don't know, 30 minutes, 1 hour, I don't know. We might eventually wait for the next macro, I don't know. So meanwhile, there's nothing more to do than waiting, and waiting is honestly 90% of the work of a trader, is to wait for some kind of a setup, some kind of a narrative that was built by the trader. Yeah, you just have to wait. You have to expect and demand from the market, and not follow him, but demand from him. You just have to be able to demand, okay, I want to see this, and this, and after I see this, and this, I will act. And if you try to do things the way the market is doing, you know, oh, I see a retest on the order block, I will enter long. Oh, I just saw a touch on the first represented fair value gap, so I will just long. Well, it might eventually work, but at some point, price will just give you a seek and destroy day or something like that, and will ruin your account and will eventually take you out of the game. So you have to demand, and to demand you have to create a narrative first, in the first minutes of the opening, and then wait for it. And if it presents itself, well, fine, that's good. You just have to act. If it doesn't, you have two choices: or you will take the hands out of the trigger, or you will try to chase it. And honestly, there's some times where you can chase it, and where you can eventually take some profits out of it, but there are more times when you try to chase it and you get burned, honestly. So eventually you just have to be good with yourself, and accept the fact that sometimes there is no problem not taking any trades, and not idealizing the best narrative that fits the price action, and that eventually may give you some peace of mind and some courage not to take trades and wait for it. As I said to you before, I was expecting something here. The price didn't give it to me, so I will just wait. I just have to wait. because honestly I was thinking that okay, we just took buy side liquidity from London high, the next one as well, so 950 to 1010 might give us some kind of measure of retracement to a discount, but price is just mumbling around and we just have to wait. Eventually 950 and 1010 can eventually give us some more fuel, giving some more fuel, some more oxygen to price to eventually go to the upside. But it's not showing it. It's just crossing this order block back and forth. And this is the type of action that you want to avoid, honestly. I'll just take this out here. So price just move to the upside here. Let's see if it has the strength to go to previous day high. It probably will, since we suppressed or are suppressing the order block and the 15-minute bearish fair value gap as well. So we'll eventually come to the upside here. Yeah, we are in a deep premium. So let's see if this fair value gap here holds. So this could eventually be a PD array that will help price to reach to the upside, but honestly, it's taking too much time here. So as you can see, a reaction right away, inverting this fair value gap here, displacing to the downside as well. Nice displacement to the downside. Let's see if we can have a market structure shift here, or if it just retraces back and moves us to buy side liquidity. So the ranges here, the candles here are quite stretched already. So this is a 10 handle candle here. We'll just put it here to the side if I need it. So far no market structure shift. This is just change in state of delivery. I mean. Yeah, another push to the upside, retouching the inverted for value gap. Yeah, so far we just have a change in the state of delivery here. Nothing bearish. We inverted this PD array here to a bearish one. But honestly, I would like to see the reaction as soon as we take out these lows here, because we can eventually take out these lows and grind to the upside, taking buy side liquidity as well. So there we go, displacement to the downside, and let's see and wait what type of reaction do we have. You can see the first presented fair value gap was respected here in the first displacement. Let's see if it holds or if it will go down. So I will mark. This can eventually be a bearish fair value gap. Yeah, so far a nice and quick run to the downside. Hitting 9:30 open. Delivering quite fast to the downside here. Let's see if price will retest this bearish fair value gap here. This might offer our entry. But honestly, narrative was quite on point. We were waiting for 950 to 1010 before something happened. So far, the only thing that could eventually get us in this trade was these 2 minutes here. But it was quite fast, and price is just displacing to the downside with no mercy. It was quite well anticipated, but I was expecting some more time here and eventually a retrace around these areas here. So the liquidity that I was interested in is it's almost taken here. I don't know if it will go lower, honestly, at this point, or if we just do a massive retrace to the upside and take buy side liquidity. It's kind of tricky here. But see how price just rearranged some kind of liquidity here just to come down right away. So we kind of pierced the analog, but right away retraced to the upside. And now we are inverting bearish PD arrays. Since we still have buy side liquidity here. Let me just check here if price went to discount as well. Yeah, as you can see, price entered the discount area for some seconds and then displaced to the upside once again. But let me see if we have some kind of inversions here. Because right now price is up in volatility, and our stop loss might need to be bigger. So imagine here a trade, it would be a 14 handle stop loss. Yeah, this bearish one got respected, got burst, but got respected. So if price displays to the downside here, I think we can continue lower. Price now back above 930. So we went below 930. Let's see if we can eventually go lower here. We inverted the first presented fair value gap as well. Inverted it, some kind of respected this bearish fair value gap as well. The price is trying to pierce down the analog here. Since price is not willing to get below this 15-minute inverted fair value gap, just let me see if 930 will hold as resistance here. Price back above 930 once again. I would like to see a rejection on 930, honestly. But if price just uses 930 as support, that would not help our short here. Yeah, not the type of reaction that I would like to see here, honestly. Yeah, not liking this price action, honestly. Not liking this. It's just trying to keep above 930. And yeah, I will get stopped out here. So this was not what we intended. I really would like to see price getting below 930, but that didn't happen. And now we are pushing once again to the upside. We inverted this for value gap as well. So probably we will see eventually a continuation to the upside here, since the short idea didn't work. Something like this eventually. We still have this fair value gap here as well, so we have to have that in mind. Let's see if we can move the first presented fair value gap to its original bullish PD array, because right now it is a bearish one, it is a inverted one, and I would like to see some kind of displacement to the upside, inverting this first presented fair value gap. Yeah, not convinced about this move, honestly. I guess I had my stop too tight here, and price will eventually, if we lose this inverted fair value gap, price might eventually come to the downside. So I'm not convinced about this inversion because it really didn't happen, honestly. I marked it as inverted, but it's not getting inverted. Yeah, price just tumbling down once again. Let's see if 930 holds a support. If not, we'll have to get this one as well. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that. So the main idea was correct. I just didn't perform well, I guess, as I had my stop too tight. So I'm just waiting for a retrace to that. It will probably not happen, honestly. Yeah. Well, so far this is a tricky spot here. We kind of inverted the first presented fair value gap, then we retraced to 930, and now price has to do one or two things, or it will continue to the downside, or it will continue to here to the upside. At this point I will wait a bit here. Well, so far price is having a hard time here at the first presented fair value gap once again, trying to invert this one once again as well. And the displacement to the upside. Inverting the first presented fair value gap. Yeah, this is the displacement that I was talking about when price was here, honestly. This is what I would have liked to see. Let's see if price wants to retrace here. Well, this was quite unexpected, honestly. God damn it. This was quite unexpected. What a week. Well, Your price is just doing damage on both sides, it seems. Let's see if we can, if price can hold 930 here, and if it can make a run to buy side liquidity here, since everybody is, or almost everybody is taken out already after this huge wick here. But yeah, it seems like price is having a hard time to get above the first presented for value gap. It was kind of a shame that I got wicked out here with a loss. But yeah, as we can see, price is just moving below the first presented for value gap. I can see, I would like to see some more bullishness, some more displacement above the first presented for value gap, just to target previous day high. But yeah, it's kind of stubborn. Price is kind of stubborn today, and it wicked me out here. It kind of slipped me as well. Once again, the first presented for value gap serving as resistance right now. Would like to see a displacement just like this here to the upside, inverting the first presented for value gap, and it would be perfect if this one got inverted as well. We are as well approaching 11 o'clock, so we have the 10:50 to 11:10 macro. Well, honestly, hard morning so far. If we mark the 9:30 is right here, so price just did nothing, honestly. So once again, price is not willing to get above this one here. Retracing back to the first presented one. $10.50 to $11.10 macro is not offering as much as well. And yeah, we are back below the first presented. Trying to reach the midpoint once again. Let's see if we can see some measure of strength to the upside here. But honestly, I'm not quite convinced. Yeah, so far price is just wicking inside the first percentage fair value gap. It's having a hard time to get out of it. I really would like to see some kind of displacement to the upside, but it's been a while now and I'm not seeing it. Even the macro didn't help here. Well, price is slowly grinding up, but honestly, it's taking 2 steps to the upside and 1 step to the downside. It's not the type of action that I would like to see here. I would like to see a quick run. Yeah, once again, not liking how price is moving right now. Yeah, once again, it closed below the first presented for value gap. We have a bearish for value gap here as well. Yeah, no, not what I would like to see here, honestly. I would like to see it keep climbing up, and honestly, it's not giving us what we wanted. So kind of a hard price action, boring and hard price action with wicks in the middle. This one took me a lot because I got some slippage as well. But yeah, I'm still expecting buy side liquidity as previous day high, but it's kind of frustrating because honestly, when price was here, I was expecting a retrace, but couldn't take advantage of it. I really took a short here, but it went to a lose. Then eventually I bought here, but we retraced so deep that I closed it, and then I rebought it here. Then it came the wick. The wick came and stopped me out, and now we are stuck here in the middle of this price action. And there's nothing I can do, honestly. Let's see if we can maintain this displacement candle here, and if it doesn't revert once again as soon as we touch the bearish fair value gap here, which is the same fair value gap as we have, this price has on the 5 minute. Yeah, I would like to see price holding here, not coming back, otherwise it will maintain this type of action for some more time. These type of days, which are inside days, as you can see here on the daily, this is an inside day, which price action is inside the range candle, the previous range candle. These are hard days to trade, honestly, because price can eventually do what it wants to do. I've kind of anticipated, but since we had that good displacement here in the 1 minute, I kind of felt that, okay, maybe we will have some runs. But honestly, it's not giving us any run. Yeah, this was a flat macro as well, so macro is not working today. I'm still expecting a low grind to the upside in a high resistance way eventually, because we still have previous day high as buy side liquidity to be taken here, but I don't think it will be that easy to fulfill this target. That would eventually put me out of drawdown, but honestly, this is maybe asking too much. I don't know, I will have to reassess the trade as soon as it hits probably this high here. Let me just see. Yeah, we'll still be in drawdown here. Well, let's see if price wants to keep climbing higher, inverting this one as well. But if it will do this, it will be in a high resistance way, so price will come up, go down, come up, go down, come up, go down, not as we would like to see a low resistance liquidity. So far, price is still inside this bearish for value gap. It's been ages, but it's trying to get above it. 1050 to 1110 macro. It was a flat macro, no action at all. You know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the 15-minute candle just opened 5 minutes ago, and it opened high. I expected not to close low, but usually it works like that. When it opens high, it will close low. I wish I would have seen a open low to high close, but we will see. On a 15-minute, we almost inverted the bearish fair value gap on the 5-minute time frame. We are here working the inversion. NQ, but we, as I was saying, I'm just seeing wicks to the upside, not not a true momentum, and that's what annoys me, honestly, because I'm not seeing any strength to the upside. It's taking too much time. It wicked hard to the downside, and I'm always expecting a new wick to the downside because we still have these lows here. And usually the market behaves like this. When you have a slow run to the upside, suddenly you will have a wick to the downside, taking a lot of participants out, and there you go. Well, for those listening the stream and watching the stream, just give it a thumbs up, a like. It will help some kind of measure for the engagement. If you're not subscribed, yeah, just take a leap of faith and subscribe to the channel. Honestly, I think we all will benefit from it. I will probably learn something from you. You will probably learn something from me, and we might exchange some ideas. So feel free to give a subscribe as well. But yeah, there's nothing we can do right now. We just have to wait until something here happens. Let me just check one more thing here. So just let me take out the fib. Yeah, it has some confluence here with minus 1.5 standard deviation. This leg here to the downside. And we touched already the minus 0.5, so the retrace is expected. But yeah, it's taking so much time, honestly. Guess we just have to be patient here and wait for price to deliver. Right now we are approaching lunch hour. Lunch hour will start at 12. That's probably the thing that will cause me some type of fear, because it can eventually retrace down harder on the lunch hour and take me out of the trade. Yeah, see, so many minutes here, and just a single minute to take out all this work to the upside. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. High resistance. So you have about 10 to 15 minutes of work to the upside for it to be cleared in just some matter of seconds. This is the type of environment that honestly will take you a lot of mental capital. It seems like price wants to test the low of the first presented fair value gap once again. Let's see if we can hold it or if we come below it. Yeah, not looking good for longs, honestly. Didn't like how price is placed here below the first presented for value gap. Yeah, not liking it at all. Price didn't react how I wanted it to react as soon as we inverted the 5-minute fair value gap. And now it's just pushing down, taking us further deep into a drawdown. No reaction on nothing here. So price just took out these lows here, displaced to the upside. Let's see if we can invert this new fair value gap here. It seems like it. But as you can see, this is what a high resistance liquidity run is. It is taking highs, it is taking lows constantly, and it will give you no clear view and no clear idea about what it's want to do. And so far a rejection here on this displacement, on this bearish displacement here. And yeah, price not giving any chance of bullish price action here. Wicks are really doing damage. And at this point, I don't think we will maintain the upside here. If price doesn't roll to the upside, this will probably not go to the upside as we wanted. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it makes sense to hold this right now, honestly. But see, we got a rejection on the 15 minutes, honestly. Price is delivering down for some while now. We couldn't get above the first presented fair value gap. We respected this one here as well, this one here on the upside. So the only thing that is supporting price right now, I think it's 9:30 open, which I would like to see being moved into resistance, and midnight open would be eventually a target as well this week here, probably. But this is the last try as well. Once again, 930 acting as support, which I don't like to see. Let's see if we can close below it. Yeah, price not working how we wanted it to work, honestly. Quite a frustrating morning here. Yeah, very boring price action, honestly. Let's see if price will eventually try to get up for the first presented for value gap once again. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and price is really pushing, trying to push through the first presented for value gap, but it's being rejected so far. I really would like to see something below 930. I would not like to see 930 holding a support once again. I would like to see something bearish below 930. But once again, price is not able to close below it. Just check how far we are from this target here. 30 handles. Well, 30 handles for a day like this may take a long time if we hit it, honestly, because at this point I don't think we will hit this low here, the 830 low. Would like to see eventually another retrace here to the end wall, but yet that may take time as well, because price is doing its own thing, pushing to the upside, pushing to the downside, upside, downside. Once again, failing to close below 930 open. So as you can see, 930 open is really holding the price here. once again here, once, twice, third, fourth. This is the fifth attempt. So let me see if this mini fair value gap gets respected or not. If not, that would not be good. So far we got a rejection on that fair value gap, and price is trying to go below. But very lethargic. Once again, testing 930 open, came right back above it, as you can see, displacing to the upside, which is not good for shorts. These weeks are taking everyone out here, honestly. And it will take me out probably once again. There we go. Well, terrible morning today. I don't think I can do much, honestly. At this point, I don't think I will recover this drawdown here. I kind of liked how he displaced to the upside here. $930 really acted as a support here for the fifth time. I don't know how many times. I mean, but yeah, it really worked as a supporting price to the upside. Well, so far this bullish fair value gap got respected at its midpoint, but yeah, price is still stuck here in between all these PD arrays. It's playing right below a 15-minute fair value gap, and honestly, it's not looking the way we all wanted it to look. Lunch macro will start as well, so let's see if we can manage to at least work a bit on this drawdown. Yeah, once again facing that 5-minute bearish fair value gap. We are in the same range for about almost 2 hours in the same range. So I hope that lunch hour will take us out of this range and will probably take us to buy side liquidity. This is what I'm hoping for. This is the most logical thing that I can see right now, since we once again rejected 930 open with displacement. So at this point, I just see a run to the upside. I cannot see a run to the downside. So lunch hour just started, and it eventually and usually goes for 10 a.m. highs or lows. We have these highs here right at 10:13, and then these lows at 10:20. Since we are in some kind of a bullish order flow, I expect these highs to get taken instead of those lows, but we will have to see. Just give me a second, guys. And I'm back. Yeah, nothing has changed. We are still trying to get above the first presented fair value gap once again. Price is still ranging, so nothing to see here. Price still struggling to get above the 5-minute bearish fair value gap and above this one right here as well, which is taking a lot of work and a lot of tries. Price once again displacing to the downside. but I'm expecting it to be just a retrace. Price once again not willing to get above the first presented fair value gap, even at lunch hour, which we might expect some run to some highs or eventually some lows. price is just stuck here inside these PD arrays. On the 15-minute, we can also see that price is stopped right below a bearish fair value gap. Once again, rejecting the first presented fair value gap and eventually heading down if we don't do any type of reaction here. So far, trying to react to this fair value gap, the bullish one. Let's see if price can progress to the upside here. It is stuck on the 5-minute fair value gap, and it's not willing to get above it. It's having a hard time. It bounced already a couple of times here, displaced to the downside, but it did had any follow through. So at this point, I'm just waiting for it to go up above it, and then eventually hit buy side liquidity as previous day high. Even the 1150 to 1210 macro didn't give us anything. So it's just a sideways day, honestly. It is very frustrating getting caught in days like these, because no matter what position you take, you will eventually not get out with a profit, because price will just disrespect PD arrays, will just do its own thing. And honestly, I got caught in it. I kind of anticipated when price was here that we might have a consolidation day, but then after this huge displacement to the downside, I took my chances, and that was the beginning of the end, honestly. seems like price can really not go through the first presented for value gap. This midpoint got rejected once again. We are back inside this one here, the bullish one, which is being supported by 930 as well. Another new candle on the another new candle on the 5 minute. Trying to stay above it once again. So far, this bullish fair value gap is being respected. But honestly, I'm just waiting for the displacement that I would like to see, since we were about here. We are approaching the 1250 to 110 macro as well, so I can eventually mark this here. But honestly, the last couple of macros didn't do anything. They were like I used to call them, empty macros, where nothing happens. So 1250 to 110. Let's see if this is not a empty run of price. We are closing a 50-minute candle in approximately 4 minutes. On the 5-minute, we are already above the bearish fair value gap. But I guess it's premature because we are still 1 minute inside the 5-minute candle. So in order it to be a close above, the 1 minute should give us a follow through here on this upside move, and not start once again a roll down here. See, this is the type of thing that I said that I would not like to see the roll down here when we reach this midpoint. Meanwhile, the 5 minutes just went back to the bearish fair value gap, back inside of it. It's right at the top of it, but it needs to be inverted. Meanwhile, the 15-minute candle will close in approximately 10 seconds. So even the 15-minute candle and the 15-minute action is an inside action, so price is not going anywhere, honestly. If you look at NQ is it's trying to drive higher, but ES is just making a horizontal line, just like this here, just like the first presented for value gap. It's quite a horizontal line. But yeah, quite a frustrating and terrible morning for me, honestly. But it is what it is. I decided to take my chance as soon as it displaced. I should have taken my chance here in the upside here and not here on the downside. And after this, it just started. It's the range type of markets. These type of markets, the range type, are the ones that I face the most difficulties to try to not engage with. Here is another one that is being respected for now. Kind of like how we start to respect once again at least bullish PD arrays. But now I would like to see some kind of, not this one being disrespected once again, just a follow through of this movement. once again, back to the disrespect phase. Back again to the disrespect phase. I really would like to see something from price action, but it's not working. Yeah, this is quite a terrible sensation, honestly. Being being caught in this consolidation, um, it's terrible. It's really terrible. No follow through to the upside, no follow through to the downside. Price is just stuck here and will eventually, I don't know, take me out of this combine once again. Um, but yeah, bad choices have been made today, and this is what I have to deal with. Price is just tumbling down. Let's see if this fair value gap holds here. Otherwise, I can say I'm cooked. We have 7 minutes until the next macro as well. So far we had some type of a reaction here, but I don't know. I'm not convinced, honestly. The market have to give me way more to convince me. It really has to give me way more than just a couple of green candles here. So price is back into the range. It is clearly waiting for NYPM. At this point, I can see it since price did not move anything inside the lunch hour. So I guess it will eventually wait for NYPM for its main movement, and eventually it will move something. But right now, we are approaching the macro hour as well. So this should be one of our last hopes, probably, because as soon as we enter NYPM can eventually take us out of the trade. But yeah, we will see. Since we are this far in this trade, we can eventually another reaction to the downside here. So this is not working with me, honestly. I'm trying to work with the market, but the market today is not prime to anyone, honestly. Yeah. Once again, rejecting the first presented for value gap here. I guess the 5-minute is also getting rejected. Yes, it is. So at this point, I'm not expecting anything positive, honestly. I see that we have a lot of buy side liquidity here up in these highs, but it might take a dive deeper first for that move to happen. Well, the macro hour just started, so let's see if 9:30 will hold once again as support and drive price to the upside, or if we continue to deliver to the downside. But yeah, this time seems like downside is the way to go. But honestly, there's nothing that I can do right now at this point. I think I will end the stream here. There's nothing I can do. My drawdown limit is being reached. So yeah. And that's it, guys. Hope to see you eventually tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I don't know. I will have to reassess everything that I'm doing, and eventually I'll be back. Thank you very much.